while we were going through that process, I was talking to the agency that we were working with, and the social worker who was working on Jesse's case told me about this little girl in India that they had brought into care the night before because a police officer had found her in a trash can in a park in India. And of course it just broke my heart. And I guess, we're the kind of people that we act. We're moved to action a lot of times when you hear these things, and that can mean anything. Sometimes you pray, sometimes you try to do something else, and sometimes you just make the lifelong commitment. And in our case, we make lifelong commitments. But we had heard that there was another family that was interested, and he explained to us that no, you cannot adopt two children from two different countries simultaneously. So we were still in the process of bringing Jessie home, so we had to get her home, and we did. And I had let it go because we thought that she had another family lined up.
Right.
But then when Jessie came home, we had another friend who had gone to Korea to visit, and she was, working in the orphanage and doing some things while she was down there. And she discovered that Abby's first family, that the adoption had fallen through. And so what do you do at that point? So of course we were excited about that, and so we called the agency back and we began the process with Abby to bring her home, and it took a very long time. She was 11 months old when they found her, and approximately, it was a guess, but it's probably pretty accurate. And then she didn't come home until she was 3 and a half. It just took all that time.
It took a long time.
Even though we had found out about her the very next day, and we had to wait that long because of the process. But Abby,
in that case, the agencies were identified, everything was, but the bureaucracy in India does take a long time. Very few kids are adopted from India.
Plus, you do have to go through the home study and all of the background checks and everything that's involved with that each and every time. And even if there's a long period of time, sometimes with one child, you might have to have 2 or even 3 updates to your home study, while you wait, because they're time sensitive and all that. But Abby did come home, and we met her, she was escorted home, and we met her at the airport as well. There's pictures on the website about that. And when we first met Abby, we were just, boy, I don't know, it looked like we were in for it. It was going to be a long road ahead.
She was going to be a challenge. She had
funny and sweet little girl, but just a lot.
You could tell she had a challenging life to that
beginning.
point.
They took very good care of her in the orphanage. She was very well cared for there.
She had a chopped haircut, and it's
when they picked her up, she had hypothermia and gross malnutrition, and so that surely affected a lot of things, and growth and development and that sort of thing. But Abby has just come so far, farther than we ever expected in her progress. Her communication, her ability to talk, just the way she interacts with the kids and with us and with her friends and teachers at school. We're just amazed at Abby's progress, and just so thrilled with that. So that's Abby.
Her blindness is caused, or her condition is cryptophthalmia, which essentially means a mystery eye or a hidden eye, and so she has a very tiny pupil, like just a dot in her eye. So her eyes are very mysterious looking, and
because they're covered over.
They're covered over, and they're very white. And she has a very, very unique look to her, and people have commented about her eyes, and that they're stunning in many ways because they're so unique. And she has a terrific personality, and she's very loving.